All right.
Yo.
We are officially starting podcast episode number 8. This is the Laugh Point podcast. I'm your host, Liam Anima. I've never said that before, but fuck it. We're doing it now. Yeah, I'm your host, Liam Anima, and this is my guest of the hour, Mr. Wyatt Eddy. Say what's
sir.
up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed of being on this podcast ever since I saw TJ Miller on it.
Oh, when I messaged him, he said the Laugh Point is my Super Bowl.
Absolutely. This is the podcast I wanted to go on the most. Name another Edmonton podcast that I would want to go on more than this. Like, there literally isn't one better than this.
For real?
Because Windmill hasn't been posted in a while, right?
Yeah.
Barry's Basement, I haven't seen them posting. Name another Edmonton podcast that's better than this.
I genuinely.
No, you might be the best podcaster in Edmonton right now.
For real.
Uncle Hack, I guess, is he technically based out of Edmonton?
Oh, yeah. Uncle Hack is just like on another level.
There's Sam Bain does a good one that I've never been invited on.
Really?
Yeah, then there's Adam Blank has one that I've also never been invited on, but I've seen him. He's pretty funny. But then I think it's you. There's no one else that even has a quality podcast in Edmonton that I can think of.
Well, I try to, ever since I came here and I just started to get to know everyone, I kind of realized, and I've talked about it on the pod, everyone is such a character. Every single person, including you, including me, everyone has their different way of doing comedy. You're not going to watch an Edmonton set of just purely local comics without seeing like completely it's just like a variety show.
It's
every
what drew
time.
me to the scene at first, because I was like, okay, well, even if my set doesn't go well, I'm going to meet someone crazy. There's a lot of really open mics attract very crazy people.
Oh my God. Somebody, and out of nowhere, you'll like people, the craziest comics like Uncle Hack will just pop in to an open mic, and all of a sudden you're like, okay.
Or Corey Seckinger or Bryce. Right? Bryce wears his winter jacket in summer and his backpack on stage. Wow. The other day he walked on stage before they introduced him. They had to shoo him off and then reintroduce him.
Wow.
You know?
That's crazy. Like, it's just so, and then you have like Ethan Januario types where it's just like he walks in and you're beautiful just like, tits. Oh my God, beautiful tits, great ass. I'm not joking. Him and I, like, our friendship is just based off of roasts, to the point where I've wrote some, and one of them I just want to say on the pod out there is like, he looks like a hitman where his only moves is that he sits on people.
That's funny. To us, he always looks like the kid from Up.
Oh yeah. That's how
he looks like. He looks like the kid from Up or The House.
The first time I ever met him, I was at a Young.
That was rude, Ethan. I'm sorry for making a fat joke on this podcast. I didn't need to do this. I know you're going to be one of the few viewers.
I'm not fucking sorry.
You're not fucking sorry?
He's going to message me telling me to kill myself. Like,
oh, he does that?
Probably.
Damn.
Yeah, he fucking,
they'll
that's
just call
how like
say
brutal
thanks,
is.
Ethan Januario, Februario, Marchio, and April.
Marchario, Aprilario, man.
No, I like Ethan. He's okay. He's a good kid.
Ethan's so much fun. You're the first podcast guest to do this, and I love it. This feels like, okay, so
tell me about your dreams, Liam.
Tell me about your dreams.
My dreams?
Eddy, are they?
I dream of.
Do you have sexual dreams at all?
Do I have sex dreams ever? Not as much anymore.
No. Ever since you've been a teacher. I
got fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got fixed, neutered, whatever, spaded, and it's been.
Where'd you
able
go
to
get neutered?
Neutered? The hospital.
Ooh.
That's where you go.
I was actually, a friend did it for me.
A friend did it for you? Yeah. That's a good friend.
Yeah, he did. He used his mouth. It was crazy.
Can we do ASMR on these?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Actually, I don't know how loud it is.
This is going crazy into a weird direction, but no, for real though. Ethan. Side note from all of the weird shit we just did. Fucking Ethan? Is such a cool guy. Every time
I wouldn't say he's cool. He's actually like almost the opposite of cool. He does a lot of super uncool things.
Yeah,
like that's what makes him cool to me.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
That's like
because how old is he? 18?
I think 19.
19? Yeah, he's retarded, right? Yeah, like he's blind. He's going through the world not knowing what he's doing, right? But when I asked him to dress up like Sarah Hoffman and act like her, he didn't hesitate, and for that I love him.
Oh my God,
I love a soldier.
He told me on the podcast, he was like, before that, he was like, he literally threw up beforehand because of
threw up beforehand
because of how nervous he was to do it.
Damn.
Because he was like, he really wanted to do well, and so he told me, and I was like, oh my God. Honestly,
it's high stakes there at public access, man. It's high stakes.
It's high. Well, not only that, but like the interview where he was in that, like that's like the big, like that's like where the people
That's funny because he ate a spicy chip while on stage and then threw up afterwards. So it's funny that he threw up before and after.
Wow, I didn't know that. This is insane.
Yeah, because you see, when I asked a local MLA, a local politician, to come on the show, she bailed on us for a second time because of a joke, a video we made about the grindstone. She said that our goals no longer aligned, that she couldn't come on the show, and I thought our goal was to show that left-wing politicians have a sense of humor. So it seemed weird that she was anyways, besides the point. I didn't want to have to tell my friends again that Sarah Hoffman wasn't coming on, because I actually had some family members be like, "Oh, you're having Sarah Hoffman on?" So I was just like, "Yeah, I'm having her on." Yeah, I was like, and I asked Graham McDonald to wear a wig, but he was working Yuck Yucks that night. So the next person that I thought would be funny was Ethan Januario. And awesome. I don't know if Sarah's seen it, but I bet you she likes the joke.
Because honestly, that's great. Because then also, you're giving someone like Ethan, who's like pretty new to the scene and like pretty new to comedy overall, like just
some could say I tainted him.
Literally,
because he killed that night just by acting like a woman.
Literally, he just that, and I heard that like it went super well, and I was like,
no, it was just we did have some people protesting that show because LJ and Uncle Hack were sitting together, and LJ lost more followers than we probably will ever have.
Because that night?
Yeah, because they found out he was doing a show with the Danger Cats, and like our website blew up with like hate mail being like, "How dare you do this?" Blah blah blah. Yep. People called LJ not like a bootlicker or not an Uncle Tom, but like the indigenous equivalent of that. I can't remember what it was. How dare you do this? And he wasn't going to come on, but I told him, like, because he was worried they were going to fuck up his truck, and I told him, like, you don't feel the pressure to come on. I obviously think you should, because I think you should have a forum to talk back to these people.
Absolutely.
But if you don't come on, we're not going to shit talk you. We're going to try and like do all this like. But he came dressed as Res Batman.
Oh.
And then Uncle Hack sat down, and we had some protesters outside telling people not to come in. But it was really just 3 old women in snowsuits. I felt bad.
That's what happened when I went to a show that was protested, and I think because Uncle Hack was there and a couple.
But then I sat Ethan Januario right down between LJ and Uncle Hack. That was the show. And we'll probably put out the YouTube video eventually, but
you got it, man.
But yeah, Ethan's cool. So but yeah, there's crazy people at open mics, whether it be Ethan or Corey or Uncle Hack or LJ Musquaw, someone I met at open mics.
Just this scene alone, I always talk about it. Like when I came in for the first time, I remember my first, like, I guess proper set that I did here in Edmonton was I messaged Heg about doing a show at Mackie because I was coming into town on a Wednesday for an appointment. And my dad was like, yeah, if you can get to the open mic and back and shit, which I was able to do.
Yeah. Does your dad is he normally in charge of your schedule like that? Is your dad normally in charge?
No, it was just at the time we were only there for one day, so it was kind
of. Oh, it was like a family trip.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, look, like you can do your own.
What was the appointment for?
Huh?
Like, what was the appointment?
It was just like
a dick appointment,
like just like yearly checkups kind of thing. Like
you come down from Grand Prairie for yearly checkups?
Oh, dude, I have to all the time, dude. There's like I have like at least 6 or 7 minimum yearly appointments.
Do you have like a big disease or something?
Oh my god, dude, you don't even know.
No, you seem pretty chill to me. I know you got too high on weed once and I had to leave, but like,
yeah,
I'm pretty bad at asking people questions, so I don't really.
Hemophilia, man.
Hemophilia.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a blood clotting disorder. Okay, but I also just get way too much pussy because of it.
Oh yeah, is that what that? Because you always have that girl hanging around you at the strip too.
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
Well,
you do have pussy.
Casey, I love you.
Yeah, Casey, I love you too, but you are dripping in pissy normally.
Yeah, normally, but yeah.
Just her though, like that's the only pussy I've ever seen. No, let me be fair. She's the only pussy I've seen you dripping in.
Oh, yeah.
But you're the only comic that has pussy dripping on him. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, dude. I remember one time I was talking with Janessa about it, and I was telling her like, I'm worried that like because like some of the comics, like when her and I are together, like for some reason, like it looks like they're just like kind of looking at us.
Who, you and your girlfriend?
Yeah,
because she's like hugging you or grabbing your balls from like 500 meters away.
Exactly.
So most people bring their girlfriend to a few open mics, and then their girlfriend will be like, "Wow, this does suck." Yeah, and then they'll only come.
No, my girlfriend just wants to go everywhere.
No, she seems like just cooler, right?
Yeah, so she's like, so Janessa was just like, "Oh, they're just probably jealous or whatever," and I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't know,
jealous, I don't know,
maybe
they're just probably curious about the dynamic."
Yeah,
because most people don't have a relationship that's what I told that close her. That their girlfriend's willing to come all the time.
Because she's like very like.
Yeah, you guys are probably just super tight, and she likes to be around.
Incredibly.
But most people just don't have that, and so they're just. I wouldn't say jealous, but they're just like curious about the dynamic.
Yeah.
Like,
I just remembered. I think that's what Janessa said. Take that very lightly. That's just like what I remember.
No, take it as heavy as possible.
Yeah,
no,
actually, those are the fucking facts. Okay.
No, I'm kidding, Casey. You seem really cool. I'd like to meet you and know your story. Casey Anthony, is that her name? Casey Anthony?
No, Casey Jane.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Casey Anthony, like the famous murderer.
Oh.
Or did she get murdered? I don't know.
No, it's weird. It's a weird story.
Casey Anthony, the murderer?
No, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I fucking.
You have all 3 Spider-Mans right there. That's dope.
Yeah, that's my.
Which one's the best one to you?
Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting his.
Because if you answer this wrong, I'm leaving right now. If you answer this wrong, I'm leaving right now.
The top right one.
No, you're just saying that because I'm old.
No.
What's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Right? Oh, you retarded little bastard!
Jesus
That's Tobey Maguire.
No, I didn't.
Andrew Garfield is the left one, then Tom Holland.
I'm gonna put like effects of like just like guns shooting at me and shit. Like
you should also put up the picture so that people realize that you think that's Andrew Garfield. That's
yeah,
retarded.
I'll show you guys a picture and you guys can go hate on me in the comments for it for as long as you want. Toby, no, he is the.
Is that Pierre Elliott Trudeau you also have up?
Maybe, I don't know. He's going to check, guys.
Oh no, that's Elvis.
That's Elvis. Oh yeah,
similar build.
My roommate is kind of obsessed with Elvis.
Oh, okay, cool. What are you obsessed with?
Musically, or just
in general?
Oh, it's always been comedy. I can always talk comedy for like 10 hours straight. It's the second I heard about it, it's almost like comedy just became like that thing. It was like I had all these other interests that like slowly connected into like the big pile of shit that I loved in my brain.
What is it about comedy that draws you to that though? Draws you to it?
The fact that we're laughing and not trying to fix something. We're not trying to talk about, oh, how can we fix this, or we need to be worried about this or anything like that. We're just
the escapism of it.
We're literally just going into a room for an hour and just going, let's just laugh at all this and laugh at how.
That is a very attractive part of it to me. I think I'm most drawn by the external validation.
That too. It also is just
and obviously the money and the girls is a big thing. Oh,
dude, of course. But it's also like it's I think I was telling Gary when he was on my podcast. Gary.
Which one's that?
Gary Z.
Gary Z. Is that the one with the hair?
Beard, really likes cars.
With lots of hair, right? Like he has a full head of hair.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the guy with the huge luscious locks.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Just
okay, I think I know who you're talking about then. Yeah.
No, yeah. When I was talking with him about it, I'm losing my train of thought.
Don't worry. Are you high?
This happens all the time when I'm on a podcast.
That's good. You're one of the top 5 podcasters in Edmonton, so you're allowed to be a little bit high.
I'm allowed to be a little bit high.
Well, it's definitely better than like, I don't know, the Von Dubcast for Case.
Here we go. Okay, this is where I say it, right? I can't control what this guy says, but you know.
No, I'm just saying. Speaking fact, this is one of the top 5 podcasts in Edmonton.
I very
definitely
much
better than some.
I very much appreciate that because I put a lot of time. I have had the second when I was in. And I'm not joking. When I was literally going to school in Toronto at Humber College, taking their comedy program. Humber.
I think it used to have the T, right?
Maybe, but it's just.
I think they got rid of it for budgetary restrictions, right?
I don't fuck you.
That's what TJ Miller said.
Oh my god,
he was fucking with you when he said it, though. I think.
Oh yeah, I think. Oh my god, I can't even remember my own.
No, it's one of my. Again, I'm a huge fan of the Laugh Point podcast, so I watch as many episodes as I can. Which brings me to my first question. The Laugh Point. Why did you call it that again?
I was literally just about to explain that.
Beautiful. It's like we're on the same page.
So I was taking Humber, but previously Humbert.
No, I don't know if it was Humbert.
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
I think TJ was just fucking with us.
Probably. But I was going to Humber College's comedy program. I was doing it. And one of our teachers was talking about when we're writing, one of the things that's like easiest to do to like help you get feedback is to write what's called the laugh point, which is like
I've heard the explanation before.
Yeah, which is like when you underline exactly like when you're writing a joke, you're underlining exactly where you want the audience to laugh, even if it's just like a couple words
right
in it. You want it to be like, okay, when I say this, this is when they and then so it gives like an extra bit
right.
of like
Leah, my question though, this is the dying, but this is why this is my Super Bowl. This is what I want to come out here ask.
Yeah.
So it's called the laugh point. Have you heard of a similar concept called the punchline?
Oh God. Am I getting called out right now?
No, you're not getting called out. I'm asking genuinely.
No, I genuinely
You've never heard of the term punchline?
Well, no, I know the punchline. I thought when he said the laugh point, how he described
No, it makes sense totally, but like it also like to me when you describe it, it sounds like the punchline.
Dude, it so is. And now I'm just realizing, holy
like
shit.
That's the punchline.
I guess he was just really saying another like
I think you went to a fake school where this Indian man swindled you. Or what's the swindled you?
Listen, man, it seemed really real.
Because I also like when I started comedy, something I was really curious about is like, okay, how do you break down a joke? What's the formula? How you set up? What's the difference between a premise, a setup, and a punchline? And so when you describe the thing about laugh point, I'm like, okay, cool. This is someone that's also thinking about it. But laugh point, I was like, I've never heard this, and it sounds a lot like a punchline. I wonder
if technically is, but it's more so for like the writing aspect. I don't know. Maybe
no, man. I don't.
No,
think...
it's just now I thought
maybe
about
there
it.
Are other.
Maybe now that I thought about that,
because the Laugh Point podcast goes hard, but the Punchline podcast also goes hard.
It does. That does both of them go hard. But when he said it, literally the second he said it in my head, I went, that's a podcast thing, like immediately. And I looked it up on YouTube real quick, and nobody else really coined it
because it already the concept already exists. It's called Punchline.
Yeah, it's called Punchline. I just know I meant in terms of the literal name, the Laugh Point.
Yeah. Do you think there's a Punchline? I wonder. Let's see if there's a Punchline podcast, because I know there's Punchline like
there probably is. Not gonna lie.
But now it's just fun. It's funnier that you took a comedy class and that some guy told you about the Laugh Point, I think, and that's the origin. Punchline podcast.
I could be. This is crazy, but I even could be just like getting it wrong.
There's a band called Punchline with Marlon Murphy, but there's nothing called Punchline podcast. Oh yeah, the Punchline podcast. Yeah, it already exists. Yeah, of course, someone has the Laugh Point.
So when I heard the Laugh Point, I was like, oh, that's like a really, really cool podcast name. And so I just, for years, I just kind of didn't do it. And then I tried it with a friend, and then that kind of fell out. So then I waited, and then this was just like, felt like the perfect opportunity.
And you see, that's what I respect about the Laugh Point podcast that I don't respect about other certain podcasts, like the Nick Von Dub podcast, perhaps, is that like, you take big swings, right? Like you waited out and you asked TJ Miller, can I do an interview, right? Even though that's like not nearly like I've never had a guest that good, and I've been trying to do interviews for longer than that, right? Mm-hmm. Because you take big swings, right?
I was just like, fuck it, what, like if he says no, he says no, but on the pure random chance. But the thing is that story was like I went into story on the podcast, and literally how that was originally planned out was I just wanted to be like a 1 to 2 minute conversation. And then at the comic strip, I was like, I asked the staff, what's my best chance? And they were like, wait until you're the very last person at the meet and greet. And by pure luck, even before that, like even before I asked them, like, how can I be like, meet him and shit like that, I fucking bumped into him in the hallway by pure chance. And you
shot your shot. You took your swing.
And I shot my shot, and he was like, okay, meet me. He pretty much said the same thing that the staff did. And then after the show, he just like brought me up to the green room, and it turned into like a 25-minute.
Well, that's why it's one of my the podcast's so funny, because you're like, wow, man, this is such an amazing green room. And he's like, know. Really? This fucking sucks.
Yeah, and because in my head I'm just going like legit. It is just kind of like, to me, like obviously.
Well, obviously, because you've been doing comedy where we've been doing comedy in Edmonton and Grand Prairie, and like because we're so new, right?
You don't see like any like even just like somewhat serious green rooms until you like maybe yucks, but even then it's just like a back room with chairs.
He was talking about ones where they take weed out of the vent and there's candies and shit. Like there's levels to this,
Right. Yeah. But it's like I just saw it and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And he's like, really, this is terrible. And he just went on like a story about like how he like pretty much started how it went from like just being a room with a chair to like it actually like being.
No, I've listened to the episode again. I'm a huge fan of the Laugh Point podcast. I've listened to as much as I can.
This is just cool having like I really
long time listener, first time guest.
I just actually really like really appreciate the fact that like you consider it like a top.
Well, yeah, because like it's the same thing I liked about the Windmill podcast, where they were like parking outside the Princess Theater and just interviewing people, or like waiting outside the West Edmonton Mall to David Jolly. Like, that's what people respect about comedy, whether it's Norm Macdonald or Dave Chappelle, or they respect the fearlessness element of it.
Oh,
people seem to respect that aspect of it, and so to take a big swing and miss is going to happen, but that's the only way you're going to hit homers, is the way I kind of see it. But again, I'm also brand new to comedy, and so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can about it when I go out. Yeah.
Well, dude, like
stand up, I should say.
I did that podcast episode with Benny, and it was a simple, just straight.
Is that the small retarded one with braces?
Yeah. The one we kind of have to like guide him towards the stage a little.
Oh yeah. I know that guy.
So we call him. I call him Benny Balls.
Benny Balls.
Yeah, I call him Benny Balls. And I had him on, and it got 1.2 thousand views because and I remember just trying to think to myself, like, I didn't promote it. I have no clue why. And then my brother was like hanging out with a close friend of ours back in Grand Prairie, and he was FaceTiming me, and my friend was like, "Yo, what's your podcast called?" And I was like, "Oh, here we go." And I go, the Laugh Point Podcast, and he clicks on it and he goes, "Whoa, one of your episodes got 1.2 thousand." I was like, "Yeah." And they throw it on, and a little bit way through, Jonah, my brother, was just like, "Dude, this is actually pretty good," because it's just like you guys chilling, talking comedy. And I was like,
podcast is.
That's literally all this. That's all I wanted it to be, is just like a podcast you could just put on, listen to whenever. And it's
also, how do you pronounce your last name again?
Anima,
not like enema.
Or not enema. Not,
you know what an enema is, though, right?
Yes.
Just checking, because we have the punchline conversation.
Yeah, no.
You know what an enema is.
We don't have to have that conversation.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
But 99% of hosts or whatever pronounce it enema, and that one weirdly also sounds like ass juice.
That's okay. A lot of the hosts in the city right now in our scene suck. They're just kind of also just brand new, like you and I, and they're just trying.
Yeah,
like
I know.
When I started, the hosts seemed to have more experience.
Yeah.
They were more, but those guys have kind of moved on, and some other guys have taken it to just kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know. I love Hag though.
Huh?
I love Hag.
Hag, no, Hag is
beautiful. Yeah,
dude. With the thing that I always tell people that like Hag does so incredibly well, that like what a host should do, just like which is just should be standard, which is
make fun of women's pussies.
Not only that, he does that a lot.
No, that's what TJ said on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what TJ. But also, he really fucking keeps that energy up in that room every single time he gets back up. Even if a comic may not have like a necessarily good set, he'll come back up and reset the energy back to the top for the next comic.
And you love that, right?
Oh my!
And then you come up and you're like, "So I hate."
Dude.
That's my favorite. Then I come up. One of my favorite moments I remember of you doing stand up because you came out. You're like, "I love the energy, man. I love that." So I hate doing chores, right?
Dude, Rick pointed that out before I was at the before I was doing my set at the Grindstone for their competition.
Yeah.
And I remember before I went up, I was like one of the things that Brad told me when he watched a video was like I would go up and like get the crowd riled up and then just like go to the low energy. So she's like Brad was just like, all you got to do is just go up there and just keep that energy. And I was like, I don't know, man, I might bring it up. And Rick was like, no, keep it, because the thing is it makes the audience like listen a little bit, like they almost have to like listen in a little bit more, which like engages them more. And I was like, oh, okay. And I did it, and
try it both ways, just have fun with it.
And I've done that too. Like I've also like kept the energy up, and it's worked. But I feel like if I can get a little bit of a balance, right, where I can like from time to time I can kind of like raise the energy and then go back. Like I've done it, like that show at the Grindstone that I ended up doing. It was
Grindstone. I love the Grindstone.
Oh,
personally, I love it.
Well, I know you've done the most sets there, but like I remember I had funny.
Have I? I don't know. All I know is they're in financial trouble.
Yeah,
they're going under.
But I remember I did,
which is awful for such an important art institution in the culture.
Yep,
I think.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. We had a technical issue, aka my phone died. And thank goodness we were able to actually stop at a perfect time where we didn't cut off too much in our conversation.
No, I think we were just talking about what a great institution the Grindstone was.
Oh, absolutely. How much
we love it. Yeah.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah.
Equally.
Yeah, no, and I'm not allowed there right now, which is okay. It's okay for them to have that choice. They should change their mind. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I actually,
if I can't masturbate on stage, I don't want to be in the game,
dude.
No, that's not what I got banned for. But whatever.
No. I do actually want to ask, like, genuinely though, who are some of your like comedy inspirations?
Oh, for me, the reason why the guy who I write Public Access with, Brandon, and I bonded so much is we were both huge Chappelle fans.
Yeah.
When we would quote jokes back to each other, we both knew what special they came from. And we just kind of bonded over that sense of humor. So yeah, Chappelle, Norm Macdonald, Louis C.K., kind of the classic ones. I like Jesselnick. I like Mark Maron.
Ooh.
You know, I listen to a lot of the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't think he's kind of a right-wing hack like a lot of people think. It's what he's done to podcasting is super cool, but he's also an idiot by his own admission. But that's sort of like, I like him. I like for interviews, I like, you know, Larry King, David Letterman, like all these different kind of Nardwuar, like just a lot of these Eric Andre, like kind of all over the place. I love, you know, and right now, yeah, I don't know. I like listening to local guys the most. I don't listen to as much. I'll listen to some people's specials, but like I like listening to like comics that I'm kind of like looking up to in the scene or that come through town the most.
Yeah,
because again, they kind of like, their level of status seems more achievable to me. So it's like, okay, that I should be doing it like them. And then kind of, you know, like Nick Von Dub. I look up to him a lot. Yeah. He's another huge one.
He's a huge inspiration for, I think, the whole Edmonton scene.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I think in terms of like, if you want to go back to like the top like couple inspirations for me, I think it'd have to be Nick Von Dub and then
who else? Mark Maron?
Mark Normand.
Mark Normand. Sorry. Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense that you'd like Mark Normand a lot. That kind of sense of humor.
Oh my god,
that kind of makes sense now. That clicks for me.
Yeah, he is like he actually has my first he had my first joke that I fell in love with.
What was that?
Which was his joke about like how Jews must be jealous of gay people because Jewish people are just like, you got to marry a Jew, like they're trying to live on, and gays are just sitting on a beach like, we'll be fine. Like just like the way he did, like just Mark Norman style delivery, like quick witted, like very very animated. That's what I love about him, is he's weirdly like not animated, but also in that way he is animated because of like just the super, like he'll come on stage and do like the fist bump in the air. I love that every time because I went and saw him in Toronto and he did. Oh my god, he did. I'm pretty sure it was one of the shows where he did pretty well, but like there was a point where like he was just kind of running new stuff and it wasn't going as well as like the stuff that he had of course like prepared for. But then he started doing the crowd work where like people would just do murdered. Because every time he's just great at it.
He's a funny guy.
And he's funny in like a very unique way. Like he's just simply funny. Like it's right quick to the point. Like his material, he like in every special he has like at least 50-100 punchlines, and like every time
laugh
you just
points.
keep you just more laugh points and more laugh, you know,
putting points on the board.
Exactly.
Fucking call him Wilt Chamberlain, man. He's got 100. It's crazy.
No, for real, dude. It's like every time I watch one of his specials, it's just like I'm constant. Like it's constant.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched a special of his for longer than 15 minutes.
Really?
I have a really short attention span.
Yeah,
I'm really bad for that.
I there's only him, Sam Morril, Norm
so funny.
Macdonald.
He's a great joke. Yeah,
dude. Sam Morril is like.
I love his. When I'm single, I eat the same way I masturbate, quickly and over the sink. Like, that's fucking, beautiful. It's so clean.
What's my favorite bit of his? He's like, it's great time to be alive. He's like, great time to be a man.
Yeah.
And he's like, because the bar, it's nice and low.
Yeah.
He's like, I was going out with this girl and she was like, I don't want to have sex with you. And I was like, okay. And she goes, wow, you're a great guy.
Exactly.
It's just the way.
No, that's a good point, and that's what I liked.
It's true.
It's what drew me to Chappelle's comedy or Carlin's comedy, because that's what my mom probably showed me first was Carlin. Was they had great points, you know. But then I think when I started comedy, I kind of thought that's what comedy was, and I kind of forgot about other people who you got to focus on laughs, you know, first, and then if you want to use comedy as a vehicle for delivering a message, that's cool too. But you got to focus on
just making them laugh.
Stephen Darnell, another Edmonton comic, taught me something cool. He's like, when you start, you have a responsibility as a comic to three people. It's to you, to the audience, and to the person who's paying you to be there. And you have to take all three people's interests into account. Because he was like, you probably, which one of those is most important? And I was like, myself. He's like, I bet you would think that. He's like, but it isn't always. Sometimes you got to think about the person who's booked you or the audience. And I was like, oh yeah, no, okay, that makes sense,
dude.
And I started to try and think about that a little bit more. And that's why it's good to listen to the guidance of people that have just been doing it a little bit longer. Comedy is one of those things you have to. It seems like it's a mentorship type thing where you kind of got to find people who are doing a similar thing, the same way a PhD would work. Someone who has a very similar specific area of interest, and kind of seeing what they do and finding your own path, right?
Yeah, because the same thing with I was just like getting started, and I was listening to a lot of things, and Louis C.K. He said like you got to treat every show like it's, you know, like especially when like you get like booked on a show, you got to make sure that you got to treat that show like it's top priority, right? Like you got to really prepare. You got to put on a show for these people because they're really taking time out of their day.
I heard he likes putting on a show for people.
Oh, dude, he loves, well, especially in like a room where like not a lot of other people can see him.
That's
like,
what I've heard, but I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
Well, no, he said it's true.
Yeah, he said
his statement was one of the funniest things, being like, yeah.
just dude, it was crazy. It was wild. He just was like, I mean, yeah, I did it.
And his specials since then have been really good too.
Oh my, so good. And he's now promoting his show again, like Louis.
Yeah.
So that he just has on his website.
And this might sound pretentious, I don't know, but I don't care because no one listens to the Laugh Point. But besides me, of course,
dude.
But I remember that's when I remember like the woke culture. I knew it went overboard because the Louis C.K. news came out, and I was talking about it and I was talking about it at home because my girlfriend and my aunt, who I lived with at the time, knew I was a huge fan, and they were like, "Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to perform in public again." And I was like, "Really?" And I took a minute I was like, "You think there should be a law saying that he should be like legally prohibited?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You don't think the free market should be allowed to decide whether you don't think maybe he's not as bad as some of the, just remember the way society was acting very black and white on issues right then." And I was like, even two people that I respected, like my aunt, who I love and respect, and my girlfriend, who I loved and respected, now I've heard she's a bitch, but I haven't interacted with her as much.
Yeah.
But they both, like, two reasonable, smart people that had university degrees, were like, no, he should be legally prohibited. I was like, okay, something's gone too far. And that's why Chappelle was so cool, because he had a Netflix special where he talked about that during Me Too, and he talked about, I don't know, maybe this is an overreaction. And it's like, again, the fearlessness. I don't remember if we talked about that on the podcast, but that's what people seem to respect in comedy sometimes, is not being afraid to say something.
Well, this is just, for me, it's just one of those things where he did something, he owned up to it, and then he waited, I personally think, long enough to where
how long should you wait after you've jerked off in front of hundreds of people before you begin talking? No, I don't know. Like let's just make sure we're not endorsing jerking off in front of people.
No, that's a very clear statement. We're not endorsing.
But I lived, women, I grew up in the era of I was a sports fan. I loved Michael Vick, the dog fighter, and I loved Kobe Bryant, the rapist. I knew I had to separate the art from the artist, because
that's something where you start doing that, and then the second you start doing that, that's when like people are like, oh, okay, like the debates get real, because you're like, because you have to, at the end of the day, like he did the fucked up thing, and then he owned up to the fucked up thing, and then he got hit with like all these things, like his show getting taken off.
You think he stopped, or you think he just still does it, but he like triple checks?
I think what he does is, like, after shows, he'll like secretly have, like, he'll email a couple people that he'll know he can get away with, and it'll be like, by the way, like, after the show, meet me at this location if you want to. Like,
no, we shouldn't joke about Louis C.K. It's kind of hack, or it's kind of whack.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been overdone.
Whack off,
Oh my god.
Thank you. That was just good. I wanted that to land for at least you. Who knows about the audience at home?
Yeah, no, but Yeah, he's. I mean, at the end of the day, he was one of growing
he was
up.
a hero of mine. I really liked him.
Growing up, I really fucked with his stuff because I can't remember who said it, or no, it was actually the talking funny thing. I think I don't know if you've seen it, yeah, but like Ricky Gervais was like, when I watch someone like Louis, he's like, you like him because it truly is just a man falling apart, and
Yeah.
when and like the words are like falling out of his mouth because like it's just like this guy is just truly like just depressed and like his you know what I mean, and then I just listen to his stuff and it's so true, like he has.
Because as people don't disrespect fearlessness, they also like that kind of sincerity and vulnerability.
He's so he's like one of the most
but like don't
vulnerable
like
comics.
fucking cry on stage, or something like
oh,
that.
dude, yeah, don't do
but like
that,
Louis,
yeah.
the way Louis does it, that's funny.
Well, because the way Louis does is like he'll just like he has a bit about like playing Monopoly with his daughters and like
destroying them,
and then and then literally just like fucking them over and being like, oh yeah, by the way, you have to pay this mortgage, bitch. And it's just like he sets up this scenario where you're just like, oh, he's flipped the way that like a lot of comedians joke around with their family, which is like a lot of the time they try to make like, oh, I have a family, it's great, but he's like, holy shit, guys, I have a fucking family, and oh my god, my one daughter like did this, and she just like pissed everywhere, and I just wanted to kill myself, and he's just like slowly falling on stage, and it's incredible. I couldn't look away every time.
It's beautiful.
And my mom actually showed me Louis C.K. It was great. And when I was pretty,
you should see what your mom showed me.
Huh?
You should see what your mom showed me.
Oh
no.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty interesting.
No, I would never have sex with your mom out of respect for the Enema family.
Yeah, and out of respect for the Laugh Point podcast.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Obviously.
Top 5.
I don't even know what she looks like, but even if she was the hottest thing in the world, I would never.
This is the regular shout out that my mom wants on my podcast. So mom,
oh, your mom listens?
Yeah, oh, she's like my biggest supporter.
Is she single?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mrs. Anima. And I'm sorry, Mr. Anima. Also, I'd probably still hit it. Liam's a good looking guy. I'm sure he has a good looking mom.
See, mom, I'm not ugly.
Whoa, she tells you you're ugly?
No, I'm just kidding. She
okay, that's probably good.
Ugly.
Does Casey tell you you're ugly?
No.
Good.
It's quite the opposite.
Good. She eat ass? Nothing.
No, she does from time to time eat.
That's disgusting. Don't talk about that.
Sorry.
Don't eat ass and tell.
Sorry.
That's okay.
This direction for a sec. It's a beautiful tree we have out there.
You have a good tree.
It's actually weird.
You have a strong, girthy tree.
Yeah. Very girthy tree, guys. We're going into real great conversation here. I actually did want to talk more about this Jerry Seinfeld comedian thing that's sitting on the table, because you said you've watched it, and I just want to know more about like when you watched it, what like specifically drove you into like, oh my god, like this is such a great like.
Well, the same thing that attracts me to any great pornographic film is that it's it's not my proudest nut, but there's just, it has that XXX quality to it, you know, that X factor.
I think like 4X is possible.
No, you're talking about this Jerry Seinfeld film?
Yeah.
What drew me to it?
Yeah.
I like documentaries. I like documentary style things, and also the fact that a man is willing to throw away all his material and try from scratch, and then show people struggling. But then also the way they kind of manipulated the audience by showing
horny.
Yeah, like in kind of because I was like, there's no way this guy is this whiny, if that makes sense. And maybe he was, but it was also relieving to see that a lot of comics are neurotic like that.
Yeah, and very like weird and not really.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
It was weird because even in, you wanna know what's crazy, in the director's cut, there's a scene in the documentary where right after his Letterman set, he's it looks like he's alone like in a room with like just like drinking champagne and stuff, like whatever. But the directors were like, we kind of screwed Orny on this one because he actually was with friends, like was with people. We just kind of framed it to look like he was very, and it's like crazy. And then there was that scene where he got the Montreal thing, and then he calls like everyone, and then he's just on the floor, like, he's like,
and also Jerry kind of blew him off when Orny was like, aren't you worried about what other people are doing? And like Jerry had a great point, but just the way he was explaining it was dismissive, because he's talking to someone backstage while the music's playing. Like I get it, but he was like, why are you worried about what other people are doing? because Jerry's always been he's espoused that opinion that like
just
it's about who does the coolest thing. It's not about how much money you make. Money will come, but you want to have the coolest job, and doing comedy is the coolest job. Getting to do stand up, that is really cool. Like one of the things I used to watch of Dave Chappelle's was Inside the Actor's Studio. That was the first interview he did after he ran to Africa, and then when the host James Lipton of Inside the Actor's Studio wanted to be interviewed himself, he invited Dave to be the interviewer. So there's like 6 hours of him on Inside the Actor's Studio talking. And I don't remember the point I was about to make about Jerry saying you have the coolest job. Oh, stand up is anyway. They used to always ask people, "What's your favorite sound in the world?" They have this questionnaire at the end, and one of the questions was, "And my favorite sound in the world is when a whole room laughs together at the same thing." Like not when someone's getting laughed at necessarily, but like when the whole room is just with that sound of what comics call pop. Like that to me is one of my favorite sounds in the entire world, and it's sort of chasing that kind of high. Because I love that sound when the whole room pops. It's really cool.
Whenever you get it for the first time, you realize like, oh, this is why the comics do it.
And it's probably because my parents didn't love me, and I just require external validation from a very young age, right? That's probably what draws me to it. Says my therapist, but she's a bitch and she likes the grindstone, right? But that's like it is one of my favorite sounds, right?
Yeah. No, it's
the grindstone is cool. I'd like to go back. I got third place in their competition the year before.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I tied with the black guy though, so they let him on stage.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Mo Aiden.
Shout out. I actually fucking fuck with him.
No, I do. I love Mo.
Yeah, he's super funny and super chill every time
He's been Again, there's lots of guys. Edmonton's been really, like you said, warm and welcoming in terms of people giving advice. Some people give too much advice when they're in no position to give advice. Yeah. But you gotta weed those people out.
Yeah, no, like it's there are especially guys where you just kind of every single time you bump into him.
For giving advice?
Yeah.
Like who? Nick Von Dub?
Yeah.
Does he give you too much advice? You're about as funny as him. No, actually, you're probably way funnier. Your podcast is way better. You have more jokes.
I don't know.
I have disdain for people that ban me. People got to grow up and stop banning me from places. Let's get real here, Laugh Point. Okay? I'm sick of No, I'm not banned from that many places. Grindstone, I'm not welcome right now. And Nick Von Dub said I'm not welcome at the Moon when he hosts. He banned me and Brandon.
Really?
Yeah, from his shows. You didn't know that?
No, I did not know.
Because I'm respectful and I like not to tell people.
Wow.
Yeah, but he says we ruined the vibe, so we were banned.
See, that's the thing you don't.
No, we know, Liam. It's okay. He gets jealous, and that's a normal part of comedy that we kind of try and get over.
Dude, the jealousy in comedy, like I remember when I first got into comedy, the first thing that I learned, the first thing that I always tried to like really do is just be friends with everybody. Just like we literally just like,
a rising tide lifts all boats. I want to see everyone be successful.
I want to see everyone. Every time I go to a show, I want to see everyone kill.
It's a that jealousy though is a super normal thing that comics process. Like Adrian and I today were watching Danny Martinello on Netflix because before we even put it on, we're like, yeah, let's watch someone have way more success than us. And we both talked about why we're okay with it because he's so far removed from us. But like when someone starts the same time as you, like Nick Von Dub has with us, sometimes you have a hard time processing the jealousy type thing.
It is, yeah.
But that's everyone grows out of that.
It's very weird. I was gonna say because I actually forgot that the episode was on Netflix, which is just even more insane because it's both Kill Tony, but it's also like literally MSG. Like
we should watch a clip of it before I go. It's cool. It's fun to watch.
Honestly, when I first heard about it, I just go, Alberta is being repped on Netflix. That to me alone is just like that's
of course we get that collective pride from that collective identity.
Yeah.
And that's why, but it's like, it's not just the guys like Mo Aiden and Nick McQuick and these other guys that look out for you. Danny Martinello asked to be on our show. We didn't have to chase him down. He saw one of us and he was like, or he saw me and he was like, man, that stuff you did with Jaron was so funny. I got to be on public access. Like and he didn't even ask for any money. Mike Dambra did ask for money, but that's because he's a selfish cunt and he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Dambra is a selfish cunt. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I know that you don't want to fall back. But he knows. Fucking that short king knows what he did to me and my mother.
Oh God. Anyways.
Nah, he had sex with my mother. Him and Norm tag teamed her.
Cool.
You ever tag team a bitch?
No.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. Hemophilia, man. It's just
also don't call women bitches. It's wrong.
Yeah. Fucking
what's wrong? I know.
I'm like, you just baited me into that one. Like, the hell?
Just having fun, yeah. Just teasing. I don't know. I have no idea.
We're having fun here.
Yeah, I shouldn't have jerked off so recently. That's a joke. If any students are listening.
Yeah, we definitely.
we not together. We got off track.
Yeah. No. What else? Oh yeah, I guess we can talk about more about just TV and film and stuff, because I'm like,
whatever you want to talk about.
I want to like know like what like shows or movies kind of like are like, when you watch them you're like, holy shit, like this is like everything. Like
my favorite film is The Departed and Borat.
Oh,
Holy Blood and Superbad, classic. Those are like some of the goats.
Yeah.
For TV, I like Atlanta, The Office, Rick and Morty. I was really into for a bit, but I kind of don't really go back to that as much. Trailer Park Boys is something that was great because it really kind of seemed ahead of its time. TV, Game of Thrones is my favorite show of all time. Breaking Bad, I like to show people. Dexter, I've been rewatching Dexter Resurrection, is really good.
I heard it is, yeah.
For comedy, from a young age, my mom showed us a lot of stand-up. Let me back up. There's a great show, Freaks and Geeks. And there's a scene in there where Bill is, I think it's Gary Shandling he's looking at. But he comes home from school by himself because he's also raised by a single mom like me. I was also a poor, misunfortunate child. And he comes home and he eats like brownies and grilled cheese, and then he watches comedy, and he seems really lonely. But then the camera slowly cuts between him and the comic, and as it gets closer, the music picks up, and you realize when Bill starts laughing, he's having a hell of a time. And it reminded me of all the comics I watched growing up, and how like you kind of get raised on TV a little bit, right? You get raised by the people on this screen. That's why I looked at people like Chappelle or Carlin or Bill Cosby or Norm Macdonald with such reverence, or Jon Stewart, because I used to watch The Daily Show every night in high school. I was looking at these people with such reverence because they were like some of the main male role models in my life besides coaches and teachers, right, or uncles. And so that kind of like that was something that really drew me to like TVs and movies. Were just like I don't know if I really just love the hero's journey like a lot of people, but like I just like seeing those particular shows. I also watch a significant amount of pornography, but that's just to cut the tension.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I don't actually watch the pornography, just saying it was to cut the tension here.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, I watch a couple of those shows that you mentioned, not as much, honestly. Like I again, we were talking about this off the podcast, and I just have been getting back into it, which is The Office, which is just like,
yeah, you seem really autistic in the way you rewatch things and watch things like me.
Oh,
like you said you watched Comedian 100 times.
Oh, dude, that thing is like, I remember one day it was all like when we had no Wi-Fi, I literally just watched it over and over.
Yeah, that's autism.
Because it's just like,
well, even if you don't have autism, you might have just autistic traits, but that's what that is.
Yeah, I'll put it on and then I'll write jokes, because to me it's like it's both like I'm watching someone go through the process that I'm going through.
Yeah, it's just not a super normal thing to do. It's a super neurodivergent thing.